What's good, people? You know what time it is. I'm about to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. Now, had a conversation with some of my good people, and we were talking about abuse at the workplace. And it was kind of interesting how everybody work at a completely different place, completely different line of work, but all have witnessed or been through the same exact situations of abuse. Like, no, like if you didn't have it happen directly to you, you knew someone that did, or something did happen to you. So everybody was talking about the situation. Now, one of the situations that we were talking about, and a lot of people they think that money is the reason that you say yes to everything. Now, let's just say, for example, because I was in a situation, right? I used to work at a nursing home. Now, in this nursing home, um, I was a housekeeper, and they went by seniority, okay? And going by seniority, it was a union involved and everything, and it was a county job. And what ended up happening was, um, I wasn't even, yeah, it was a year, about a year. I did a year on the day shift, 7 to 3, okay? And before I completed a full year, they called me to the office. And just like pretty much anywhere, whenever management call for you, you get that. Now what? Like, even though I know I didn't do anything, but I'm like, now what? Because they don't call you unless they want to complain about something. So I go down to the office and I see the manager, assistant manager, and general manager, and I'm sitting here like I'm inside ready, like, yeah, okay. But they were like, yeah, how are you doing today? Whatever. And I'm just sitting there, serious. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, listen, you've been here now 9 months or seven, no, seven. So I'm sorry, 7 months. The second time they came to me with the same offer was 2 months later. So you've been here 7 months and your work is incredible, man. We love. I mean, you take what you do, you take pride in it, yada yada. So long story short, they asked me what did I think about being a supervisor, and I'm like, I thought you had to go by seniority to get promoted. He's like, well, yeah, but also, we would rather have someone that we know knows the work than just to have somebody that has seniority. Okay, that makes sense, but you know, in my 7 months there, I felt uh, like I didn't trust them. Like I saw the things that they were doing. So anyway, I turned the position down. I know deep down inside they felt like, what? What? Why would you not? And you know how? And you're making $5 extra. It's $5 more than what you're making now, and blah blah blah, and the raises and how, and business was booming at the time, right? So it was like, okay, you know, um, it all sounds good, but no. Now, long story short, the reason why I turned it down is because even though I was like, I knew I knew what their expectations was. They like to set people up. They like to use you to do their dirty work. Okay, and they like to like they'll do things to a person, but then they'll put their hands up as if it wasn't them. Like I'll give you an example of something, right? One of the employees they were coming down the hallway. They were walking down the hallway. The manager, the assistant manager, is, hey, how you doing? Da, 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 da. Hey, girl. Oh, blah blah blah. This that. Yeah. Oh, that such and such thing. I got tickets for that. Well, you should go and we should go. This and that. And all hugs and kisses and like looking good, girl. Then walk over to me and say, how come she's not wearing a badge? And I'm like, you was just talking to her. You should have asked her. What are you asking me for? You saw it before I did. You know, well, you're the super, well, you're the assistant manager, and you saw it. Now, if I saw it myself and it was an issue and I came to you, then you'd be saying, well, my supervisor brought it to my attention that you were not wearing your badge, blah blah blah, whatever. But you saw it yourself. I don't have to tell you anything. when I would see people without a badge when I was supervisor, I would just say, and then they would, oh, sometimes it's in the pocket, sometimes they might have left it in the locker, they might have left it in the car. I work for places that they wouldn't let you on the floor without one, so you'd have to go to human resources and buy one. Okay, whatever. The bottom line is, why couldn't you just let her know that hey, just your badge, you know? But what that does is, now when I come over to her and say, hey, you have to wear your badge, to her, no matter how polite I am, you know what she's thinking? Okay, this motherfucker come over here sweating about a badge. I was just talking to the assistant manager. She ain't say shit. This motherfucker comes over here. Who do you think sent me? You see what I'm saying? But that was the thing. So what I would do is I would tell everybody, hey, before we go on the floor, if anyone doesn't have their badge, you know the procedures. You can't go on the floor without it. You have to go purchase a badge. Do it now, or go to your locker, your car, wherever your badge. If you don't have it on you, you already know what it is. And you have to do things, and sometimes it takes a little bit. Then everybody, okay, let me just make sure I got my badge. Um, Regardless to how we feel about it, we think it's petty, oh, but you know who I am and whatever. But it was the type of thing where I'm not gonna let you make me look like a heel. So when we would have meetings, I would say, look, I'm telling you right now in front of management, this is coming from me. I'm speaking on this is my words. Whatever they want to say to you, they're going to say to you. And that's how I did it. And they didn't like that because they wanted to play good cop, bad cop. Now, we've had people who did things where they made sexual advances at you. Like I've heard a male manager telling his secretaries, I like what you ate. You know what? I like that. I think I'm gonna take you shopping, and you know what? You gonna pick out some. I like such and such color. I know what? I got something. Okay. The fuck you mean okay? Now your husband is saying, why are you dressing so seductive? What's all this short skirts and they allow you to dress like? Oh, it's not short. Bullshit like that. Oh, I'm wearing this for you. We don't work together. You don't work in my fucking office. How you wearing that shit for me? So all this nonsense. Um, I've had my share of them trying to come at me, and I shut that shit down. Like, look, I don't want nothing from you. No, simple. And when that happens, they want to try to tamper with your job now. They want to try to, at the end of the day, my existence there is to do my job to the best of my ability and make my money. So we all advance in life. We go further. We go higher. We do what we do. For me, it's not about competing with anyone. You understand what I mean? So when I left that job, that was a while ago, But the point is, I left there as a supervisor. The next job I had was a supervisor, and my whole thing was I want to work for myself. I want to end up being my own boss. I never call anybody my boss. You are a manager of the company or department or whatever, but I don't even use that word boss. And I never like for people to call me that. I just don't like that word, man. Like for people to just, whatever. We joke around, I'm a boss, whatever, but I mean, like as far as you calling me boss and all that, I used to always hate hearing them old men say that. Hey, boss man, what? Hey, look, stop with that boss man shit. But anyway, and it's not respect, it's a routine. Okay, it's a certain mindset that people have that they think like, well, you're supposed to. No, no. And one of the things that people hated is because they can't control me. You know, they hated the fact that I didn't treat them any different. And honestly, I've had people say that they no, I hate the way he look you right in your eyes when he talk to you. Because literally, when you talk to like managers, a lot of them want you to stand with your hands folded and can't look them in the face and timid. And I'm looking them right in their face. I'm a fucking man. I'm all man. What am I look? What am I scared of? You know. Um. Sometimes they would see you and they would, hey, I'm dead. So, right? You on a first name basis with me. I'm on a first name basis with you. It's as simple as that. I don't put people on any pedestals. And I'm like, you know what? It's better to turn certain positions down if you have that gut feeling that it's not going to work, or you feel like you're going to have to compromise your morals and who you are in order to hold that position. Because once you get that position, everything that they expect out of you, when you're not doing it, they're going to say, you know what, he's not doing his job. And they're probably not going to demote you back. They'll probably wind up firing you. But my thing is, and I'll say this to anybody, when you get a feeling like, you know what, I don't want to be here, it's time to start looking for something else. It is time to start looking for something else. When you start to feel like that, because I'm guaranteeing you, you're going to either quit or get fired, and it's going to happen at an inconvenient time. And to be unhappy and have to go somewhere every day for 8 to 10 to 12 or 16 hours or whatever, it's like ridiculous. So, in all honesty, they have so many different programs and things going on now. People can become entrepreneurs. Like, believe me, you have to. One thing you have to do is believe in yourself. I wish more parents would teach their kids, hey, go to college, go to school, get that degree, whatever, make it work for you. You become your own boss, and not, you know, have you with this mind of servitude, thinking that the only way for you to make it in this world is to become an employee and work until you're old and gray, and then, you know, or until you drop dead, you know, end up dead broke or whatever it may be, and you've given all of your youth to a job to put food on the table, but now you're old and gray and have nothing, still living check to check. There's no big reward other than I don't have to go to work anymore. And nowadays, you see people 75. So I knew a guy that was 89 and was still working because he started working so late, having to take care of sick relatives and doing things that he shouldn't have had to really do. And, you know, those things happen. So working well past retirement age, I mean, 89, what the fuck are you still doing working? You know, and it's like, wow. But then you realize that, hey, people, things happen. Things happen. I thought he was joking when he said, honestly, I thought the guy was maybe in his 70s. 89. I said, wait a minute, you're 89. He's like, I said, why are you still working? I don't have the age. I have the time. Almost have the time, but I don't have the age. I'm not going to get my full benefits. I'm like, damn, that. And then I started noticing a lot of people, 70 plus years old, 75, 70 something, 80 something, and they're still working. And the thing is, they expect you to work as if you're 19. They don't look and say, hey, man, the guy's elderly. He can't, you know, hey, if you can't fucking hold your weight, go work some fucking where else. And I'm like, wow. That could be your grandfather. You're talking to that man that way. Like, it's like, you know, right now, especially with this COVID-19 situation, I feel like people need to start to get on their computers. I see a lot of people working from home. You think like this would make people become more independent and realizing, you know what? I can make it without having to go punch a clock and sit in somebody's office all day, or go lifting these heavy boxes and loading these trucks or whatever it is you do. But there's jobs out there. It might not have the glamour, okay, the title, but you know what? If you're making money, paying your bills, and you're doing the things you need to do, that's what matters. But if it's about trying to impress people with your occupation, that's foolish. That's childish. If they asked me to paint the letter S on Skittles candy, and that choppy was right, you know what I'm saying? That bread was right. Oh, you watch this. Watch how neat I paint that S. Look at that shit. Now, oh, definitely. That's what it is. I'm fine. My family's fine. We're doing well, very well. That's what it comes down to. So, you know, people love to try to talk like they're bigger than what they are. And for me, I just feel like, you know what? I have nothing to prove to anybody. Lash move. I ain't got nothing to prove. That's what we have to do, man. We have to make it. We can't sit here and worry about like stupid things, man. Like you know, when you go from place to place, one thing I learned, because I grew up in the ghetto environment, man, and we did music, we did everything. And I noticed the more I traveled and started seeing things, I started seeing things different because I saw more than just what I was used to. And for those people who never traveled, I'm talking they only travel from ghetto to ghetto. Okay? They couldn't understand the things that I was talking about until sometime I go on the road and take them with me. And it was like, damn, I see what you're saying now. And all I was basically saying was, there's more out here in life for us than what we see. Because we're thinking like pissy staircases and you know, boarded up buildings and flipping outside on mattresses with broken glass everywhere. But people thought like that was just life. And then, you know, you go somewhere and people looking at you like you're uncivilized. You don't like that fucking feeling. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, wait a minute, man. It's not about trying to fit in with people. It's just understanding, you know what, there's things that's different. That's why, like, there's a guy I had a conversation with, and we're cool peoples, man. But I told him, I said, man, look, we all talk with our slang and whatever. And it's no different. It's like my white homies that be like, fucking rad, fucking A, fucking awesome, dude. Okay, slang is slang. Don't give a fuck what your nationality is. But like I told him, one thing that I don't like, and I tell people this all the time, man. When you speak, be able to speak a fucking sentence without trying to sound like you on a fucking rap video. And for people that don't understand what I'm talking about, um, let me make an example. Okay. I'm literally talking to a guy the other day. Literally saying to this guy a simple just, yo, how you holding up? That's all I said to him. Yo, how you holding up? Because we did the same kind of work, and he's still doing it. That's all I asked him. So how you holding up, man? That's not the first thing I said to him, but when I asked him that question, this is how he responded. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you know how it is, man. You know what I mean? We out here doing our thing, making that money, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, like, yo, it's whatever, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we gotta do the goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you motherfuckers don't know. Like, yo, we out here like doing shit big, you know. And it like made me forget what the fuck I just said to him because what? Whoa. Now he said all of that and didn't answer nothing I asked him, and it was like this is what I mean. It's a certain mindset that people have where we're trying to imitate people we see on TV. We're trying to imitate like celebrities or man, be your goddamn self. I never understood why people even started sentences like that. Hey, so look, we going to the beach today? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, what the fuck does this mean? All this, and this, I'm sitting there going, damn. And then you start like, I know what they're doing. The point, what I'm saying is, why do you think that this is cool shit? So even like if I'm watching videos of whatever it may be, like I used to watch a lot of rap battles, and a lot of times people are talking, and this is the shit they're doing. Like people can't just. I would love to just one day see a person ask a question. You know, like, hey, so what's different about your music this time versus last time? And the guy say some shit like, well, this time my songs are more based on my experiences, not just in one area, not just one particular thing. We're talking about a lot of things. I see a lot of things when I travel, and I feel like, you know what? It's a lot of things that we don't talk about because we're not aware of it. But now that I'm aware, I feel like let me express this in my music and something to that, to that effect. Not, so what's different about this album versus your last one? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to yo such, yo, big up to my niggas over such and such. Yeah, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yo, baby, I see you stand up, yo, we about to get Liddy up in this motherfucker. Just answer the goddamn question. Just answer the question. And when I see that type of shit, and just for the record, I'm talking about everybody, not just black people. Just so y'all understand it, not just everybody. Because hey, listen, man. I used to work with a guy, man. He used to get in the car. We used to work together, and we get the truck. He get in the truck. Yeah, man. Man. Like this net. Lips all poked out, shit. Like, yo, this shorty was trying to holler at you last night. Shit, shit. And all of a sudden, drop him off. He's like, Mom, did you cook? Oh, what happened to all that? Yo, machine. What happened to all that? He's a white dude. I'm talking about everybody. All this, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yo, what the, like, I just never understood that bullshit. Like, why do you think you look cool doing this shit, man? Look, man, I think, like, look, people know who they are. But I think a lot of people don't know who they are. We need to get a focus on what's important in life, and we need to start to understand. Like, right now, with what's going on, you think people will be more inclined to think like, you know what, how can I improve on my finances, what I'm doing, my family time, being able to take advantage of time that I don't have when I'm at work because I'm spending all these hours in the office or whatever. But no, it's like we just sit around and just do the same lame shit. People sitting around getting fat, not exercising, not doing nothing, just sitting around. I'm bored, man. I wish I could. No, I'm not bored at all. You know, due to the circumstances, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's a bittersweet thing because it's like, hey, I still work and make money. I just enjoy my freedom to be able to do things the way I want to do it. But at the same time, it's like, do you really want to be a person that for the rest of your life you're punching the clock? Yes, boss. Whatever you say, boss, right away, boss. Is that what you want? And I'm saying this because even for people that have a degree, like I know people who was nurses, doctors, and then they wind up opening up like a little clinic or something. They're like, man, at first I was, had my little shop, then my little clinic, and I was doing that part time. Like, and I'm like, wait a minute, man, why am I not putting this kind of time into my own business to, grow and expand it? And you know what? They did it and it just fine, and it's still going now. I mean, because to be honest, for me, when that time comes that I can kick my feet back and retire, I don't want to be in a situation where, man, I got to go back and make some more money because my check is not enough. And I think, like, the more people imagine retiring and they look at their current situation, I think that they get afraid. I think they get afraid. They feel like they have to work for somebody in order to, nothing's etched in stone though. And I really take my chances at being my own boss, having an understanding. But nobody's saying just jump in an empty fucking pool. Open your eyes to make sure that pool is full so you can swim and okay, I got this. Nobody's telling you to just go take a chance. It's like make a strategic move, man. This is what I'm saying. And I think like now is a better time than ever because you got nothing but time on your hands. So instead of jumping on YouTube or some other channel just to talk negative bullshit. Like, I talk a lot of boxing on here, but like, first off, there's no fights coming up right now because of this COVID-19 thing. So I feel like there's no need for me to just, I mean, what am I talking about? Only thing we can say now is this guy said he's going to kick his ass. This one said this. He said he's a bitch. He don't want to fight, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, do I really care about he said, she said? No. I'd rather talk about fights that's coming up, that's going to happen, the results, that type of thing. All these other guys can talk about all that other shit. Now, if I hear something interesting enough, yeah, I'll talk about it. Otherwise, I'll talk about something completely different because it's more things important than just fucking boxing. And boxing is entertainment. It's not something that I have to have, even though I love boxing. It's in my blood. And at the end of the day, man, we talk about life. We talk about real life situations as well. It's boxing. So for me, um, I'm blessed. I'm doing things in a very, very, very comfortable way. I'm not a rich guy. I'm not going to pretend to be no rich guy, but I'm fine. My family eat good every day, every single day. Not sometime, every day. Bills are paid, money's in the pocket, money's in the account. That's what it matters. That's what it comes down to. And hey, just to grow and expand, man. I'm a family man. I do what I do. I love life. But one thing that I don't love is negativity. I don't embrace it. And for people that surround you, you don't have to abandon them, but you need to let them know. Take that negative stuff over here. Find that positivity, then come back here. You understand what I'm saying? Because like right now, all everybody's talking about, like for example, they're talking about the death toll. How many people is dying and dying? They're not talking about how many people have been cured, right? No, that's not in the cards. It's all about the negative side of things. If I'm in a situation like we are in, I want to know what we can do to rise above it, not to sit there and fear everything that's happening to other people when it's like, hey, I'm still here, I'm still healthy, I'm doing something right, but hey, what else can we do? Hey, well, what happens if you do get sick? Where do you go? What do you do? How? No, everything is just, oh my God, and that person died, and this person, and then this happened, and I can't believe it. And, I don't need that, man. So anyway, that's all I want to say on this video. I'm about to get back to this here movie, Vamp. I love this movie right here, man. I grew up watching this as a kid. So anyway, man, look, that's all I'm going to say on that. Y'all enjoy your day. Be safe out there. Catch you on the